Elon Musk just stepped off stage. The Tesla Robotaxi event we've all been waiting for many, many months has now concluded. In this video, I'm going to take you through not only what Tesla showed off, but I'm going to share with you my opinion on all this. Do I think some of this stuff is realistic? What do I think about timeline-wise? We're going to speak about the stock in this video, what I expect to happen with the stock moving forward. We're going to speak about what my plans are with my 1,300 Tesla shares. So we got a lot to get into in this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. All I need from you, smash that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That's it. Okay, appreciate everybody. So, huge day, obviously, in Tesla's history for this event to have transpired, right? And there's going to be a lot of mixed feelings coming out of this event. There's going to be some people very excited. There's going to be some people very disappointed, which is to be expected. It does not surprise me at all that that would be the reaction here. So first off, they showed off the Robotaxi vehicle. Okay, what I'm showing you in front of you right now, right? And Elon really pitched this product, which it looks like a two-seat vehicle, which is what I called it to be for a long, long time. People used to laugh at me years ago. I said, you watch when they do the Robotaxi, it's going to be a two-seater vehicle, and people never thought I was being realistic about that, and now it's all, they're getting to see it, right? So in regards to this Robotaxi vehicle, it looks very impressive. The doors are epic, right? The doors open up like that, and Elon Musk really pitched this product as being a mass market, very affordable way of transportation, right? Because we have got to be honest, the cost of vehicles has gone up immensely over the last number of years. Car insurance has gone through the roof. And, if you want any sort of decent car, right, let's say you buy just, I don't know, whatever car, right, for $30,000, $40,000, right, and you get an auto loan on that. After that, your insurance, your tags, everything like that, your monthly cost nowadays, way over $500 a month. For a lot of folks, these car insurance, just between car insurance and your loan, plus tags, you're looking at a lot of times for these vehicles now $700, $1,000. If you go up in price points, now you're talking about $1,500, $2,000. It's gotten to the point where for a lot of folks, they're kind of priced out of the market. So it seems like this is a vehicle that is going to be perfect given the sort of time frame we're going into. And that was a point that Elon Musk was really touching on here. Now, in regards to Elon Musk, I got to say, he looked the best I've seen Elon Musk look in a long time. I don't know if they did some Botox on that man or what the heck they did, but he would definitely look the best I've seen Elon Musk look in a long, long while. Now, there was a major announcement he made very early on, and that major announcement was that the Model 3 and Model Y is set to be full self-driving allowed with no driver inside, basically, it sounds like, in 2025. Two major markets. So if that's true and that's accurate, it is going to be a big moment for Tesla. Now, does this change anything for Tesla financially? Absolutely not in the short term. No, okay? Even if he's accurate and the 3 and the Y are allowed to drive in Cali, in Texas, with no driver inside, right? It's not changing the numbers for Tesla in 2025. We could talk many years from now, 5 years out, 10 years out, that could be, but not in 2025, okay? So it's just important to remember there. And this is a major milestone if Tesla can pull this off. And the reason being is there are Waymos today in many markets in the United States of America that you can get in a Waymo today with no driver inside, and it can take you from point A to point B. That is not the situation with Tesla right now. We've all been waiting on this moment for us to be able to do this with the Tesla. So this is a big moment here, right? And Elon Musk points out that through Tesla's ability to learn through everybody's driving out there that drives Teslas, right? The data sharing there, the programs are allowed to learn at such a ridiculous rapid pace because they're getting to see so many situations, right? It's like, he says one robot, a million lifetimes of experience, and it's true. And so that's always been the thing with Teslas. If they can put all of this data together, they can create the greatest driver in the history of mankind in a driving system so perfect that it almost like never makes a mistake, which would be epic, right? Because it would be amazing if we could get to a time period with automobile transportation like we have with air travel, right? If you hear about any sort of air travel accident, it's a freaky thing. It's like people are shocked by it, like, whoa, what happened? Like, that's crazy. That's a point we got to get to with autonomous vehicles, right? And with vehicles in general, because as of today, there's accidents that are happening all over. Just since I probably started this video, there's probably several accidents that have happened and people got injured. Some people didn't make it. Just since I started this video, right? It's very, very sad, and we gotta make it past that, right? Additionally, he talks about the RoboCab product going into production 2026 and that being in markets as well, which would be phenomenal. Now, we had hoped RoboCab would be into production earlier than that. I got to be honest with you guys. We really hoped that would get into production in 2025. He's talking about 2026 and he basically says before 2027. So I would even say the way Elon Musk was framing that, he sounded uncertain. I got to be honest with you guys. He did sound uncertain when he was going to talk about this. And so I think that was a little bit of a letdown because I think a lot of people wanted to hear, Elon come out really confident that this was going into production 2025. But then he said 2026 and then he's like, well, we'll see, before 2027. And it just didn't sound super confident. And so now, and keep in mind, Elon's obviously made a lot of big statements in the past that we're way off in regards to a time frame. So if Elon sounds unconfident about even like potentially before 2027, a lot of people are going to say, okay, this product might not come till 2027 or 2028 or 2029, right? And so that's where the problems start to come here in regards to stock price, which we'll get to in just a moment, right? Now, the vehicle, like I said, it's epic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's absolutely perfect for the needs of being a mass market vehicle around the world. Because remember, a lot of times we just think about this as like a USA product. No, this product needs to be around the world. It needs to be produced in mass and in as affordable as possible. Now, this product also does not have a steering wheel in it. It does also not have pedals in it. And they had it all lined up for folks to take these on a drive, okay? Now, when Elon Musk came out to the event, he had it looked like an astronaut with him or something, which was kind of cool. It looked like to be coming out of the movie theater and the car was there waiting for him. The doors are epic, the way the doors open up like that. Like that's basically Lamborghini style doors there, which is amazing to see, right? Absolutely amazing to see. You knew Tesla's going to do it cool. Even if they're going to produce a super affordable vehicle, they're still going to do it in a cool way. That's just Elon Musk. That's always been the style they go with. And so they're going to find some way to make it something that people are going to be talking about. Like, whoa, like, because where else you seen doors on that other than a McLaren and Lamborghinis? Like seriously, where do you ever see doors like that? Like you just don't. And so, man, it looks dang epic for a two-seater vehicle with looks like a good amount of storage room in the back, which is going to be important. Because imagine you want to grab one of these to take it down the airport and you got 2-3 suitcases with you. You better have room to put those suitcases in, right? So absolutely phenomenal. Now, they lost me a little bit here, okay? They did lose me a little bit here. This is one of those things I'm like, I don't know about this, okay? He talks about these cars are all going to be always charged. They're going to be always clean. They're going to use robots that are going to come in and clean the cars and whatnot, right? Which sounds really cool in theory. Like all these robots are going to come in, they're going to clean the cars. But if you ever cleaned a car before, it's a messy ordeal. If you ever actually like really cleaned a car well before, like detailed a car, it's incredibly problematic, right? Because this might be perfect if there's just some crumbs on the seat and the robot can come and clean up those crumbs. That's no piece of cake. But what about the person that spilled their Frappuccino right here, their caramel Frappuccino, and you got a bunch of caramel right there in that seat? Who's going to come to clean that up? What robot's going to be sophisticated enough to be like, oh, there's a bunch of caramel and whipped cream right there. Let me, get my tool out and really clean that because it's going to be all a sticky mess, right? What about the person that spilled some of that caramel Frappuccino right on the seatbelt part there, and it's right on the inside? Is this robot going to be sophisticated enough to see that and get that up? Come on, man, okay? That's the issue. It looks cool, but the reality is it's not super realistic, right? Always charged? I think that's a possibility. This isn't rocket science. Like a robot could easily open it up and put in the charger cable. Piece of cake when it comes to that. But this cleaning stuff, come on, man. Okay, he's cleaning up the screen right here. Okay, yeah, but what about the person that was eating that greasy cheeseburger and touched all right here? Is the robot going to be smart enough to realize there's a bunch of grease right there? And how's it going to get out all that grease? Does it know how to get out all that grease, right? And so these are the sorts of problems that when you're talking about really cleaning a car, good luck to a robot properly cleaning a car. Good luck. And once again, if you never cleaned a car in your life, try to clean a car really good. Detail one time, and you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? Now, whoa. Look at that. That is what some people are referring to as Cybervan, okay? I think Elon Musk called it something else, okay? But I'm calling it Cybervan for now. This was epic. This baby pulled up looking like, what is that thing? What is that thing? And basically what it is, it's a vehicle that could hold around 20 people from what he said here. And so they showed a demo, it pulls up and all these people get out of it essentially, right? Which it has screens in it and everything. I think this could be an awesome, there's a lot of use cases I could see from this. And not just like, oh, I'm having a bachelor party, so let's all go in the Cybervan. Like no. I could see this being huge as like some sort of like replacement of the bus system even, right? Where it picks up everybody at a stop, everybody gets on, and it goes on its way. Or maybe it's a predetermined route, right, in a city, and there's a bunch of different stops along the way, kind of like a bus system works, but maybe a little bit more convenient than that, let's call it that. And people get on, and it's a good experience, right? And since there's going to be screens inside, I think there's ways Tesla can make a lot of advertising revenue, which I do believe is going to be a big revenue generator for Tesla long term. This is not something that matters for Tesla's numbers in the next few years. But if we're thinking 10, 20 years out, I think advertising is going to be huge, because if you've got a ridiculous amount of these robo-cars driving around, right, that are all going to have screens in them. We know they do, right? They all have screens in them. And then so people are getting in these all over the world, right? That's a huge opportunity to advertise to these sorts of folks. Never mind if they're going on their app to book these, to advertise. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so easy to advertise to these folks, right? And so you get in this Cybervan, right? And there's ads playing there, there's in-app ads. And so that's just a huge opportunity. But as far as this vehicle goes, oh yeah, it looks great. It looks absolutely great. That's epic. Now, this is one of those things, look at even the glass roof there. It's beautiful. It's epic. I mean, that's one of those products that if they had that on the road next year, everybody would want to go in one. You would have people going in those things that would never, ever consider going in a bus or any sort of public transportation, but would be lining up to just go in that and take an Instagram video and send it to their friends and everything like that, right? It would be epic. So they definitely knocked the cool out of the ballpark in regards to this. Like, everybody's going to be talking about that. Like, what is that thing? That looks crazy. You know how many conversations are going to be had over this next. Elon Musk is one of the greatest people in history at getting attention and getting the people talking. And this was one of those vehicles. Does it see the light of day? We'll see. I hope it does. I think it has huge potential if it does see the light of day. But if it does, it might be years from now. But there's no doubt this is going to get the people talking for a while, right? People are going to see this. It's going to be all over TikTok. It's going to be all over Instagram. It's going to be all over YouTube. It's going to be all over X, right? So very, very fun. And it does have practical sense to it. I just don't know how long it's going to be till you might not see these actually on the road for years for now. So don't get excited about like seeing that next year or something like that. Then it was time for the robots showed up. Oh yeah, baby. The robots showed up en masse and they all started walking. They all started doing their choreographed thing. Robots look great, by the way. They look epic. Now, obviously, there's a ton more work to be done on these things to really make them super practical and super helpful like they need to be. But in terms of the look of them, they made them look freaking cool, man. They made them look really cool. They look great all walking there. And Elon Musk was kind of pitching this as autonomous assistant, humanoid friend, which I thought was interesting place we're going to go there. These guys are going to be our friends. Okay. So, I mean, autonomous assistant, like I get it, but the fact that he was really hammering home on the humanoid friend, I don't know if I should be depressed about that as a human or if I should feel good about that. Like, I just don't know how I should feel about this. Like, the robots playing games, I don't know. Like one side of me is like, oh, that's cool. The other side of me like, oh, that looks depressing. Like, I don't know. So I just don't know how I should feel about this. But anyways, this is a world in which Elon Musk is imagining these guys picking up your groceries. He imagined you guys watering your plants and playing with your kids and playing with your wife. I'm just kidding, okay? That was too far. That was too far, okay? Playing with your husband? Oh, come on. Stop it, Jeremy. Stop it, okay? Serving you drinks? Look at this. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, and obviously Elon Musk is very bullish about this. He mentioned something around, he believes this is going to be the biggest product in the history of mankind, something like that he mentioned, which Yeah, there's no doubt if they actually had these, there's no doubt it could be one of the biggest products of all time. The main issue is going to be is who's going to be able to afford these. That's the main issue, right? How many people are going to be able to afford these? Because let's say one of these robots is, I know he hopes to get it to $20,000 to $30,000, and maybe that happens someday, but I doubt initially they're going to be that much. They might be $250,000 at first go, right? Whenever it's actually to a point where it's practical and you can use it, it might be $250,000, $500,000, $100,000, right? So how many people are really going to dish out that sort of money on these things? It might be a small amount, but if you're thinking about the 20-year, 30-year opportunity, hey, no doubt that is a massive opportunity for folks, right? Definitely, I could tell you everybody would love these things to bring in their groceries. I don't think there's one human on the planet who likes bringing in and out the groceries, right? So that could definitely be a big, big help in regards to that. I'll still make my kids do it, though, because even if I had one of these, you got to go through life bringing in those groceries, man. So then, next thing you know, the event is showing the robots dancing around. Oh, yeah, the robots start dancing. They got Elon Musk starts playing music, turns into a club. The robots are dancing like crazy at the club, right? Showing more of the Cybercab here, which once again, I think they really knocked out of the ballpark. They went with the super minimalistic look, the light that's very similar to Cybertruck there. I was actually thinking it was going to be more of a squared off car than a rounded car. It looks to me like it looks to me almost like it reminds me a little bit of a cross in between Cybertruck and Model 3. That's the vibe I got from this. It was like if Model 3 and the Cybertruck had a baby, but the baby was very small, that's what this would be. And that's what the Cybercab really reminded me of. It has elements of Cybertruck, but it also has elements of a super small Model 3, essentially, right? Now, then the event ended from there, which it was a very quick event. They were late to get it started, I guess, because there was some sort of medical emergency for somebody in the crowd. Hopefully they're all right. But the event in general was very quick. I believe the runtime on it was, I want to say it was just under 30 minutes. So a very quick event. They did not, and here's the issue, okay? They showed off a lot in that amount of time. They showed off Cybercab. They showed off Cybervan, or whatever you want to call it, right? Robovan. Additionally, they showed off the humanoid robots doing some things, walking around, and those sorts of things. But still, under 30 minutes was a very, very, very quick event. Then after that, they lined up all the cars, right? The small cars there, the robo cars, and folks were able to start getting in those and take drives around. Now, this is on a kind of a predetermined course because it was at Warner Brothers Studios, from my understanding. So, you're not going to get the best kind of real world driving on a planned course like that, in my personal opinion, and I think anybody's opinion, right? But the problem with the quick event is they didn't really go super into details, and a lot of people wanted details, very nitty gritty details. They want to know super detailed about all this stuff. They want to see the app, like what's the app experience going to look like. They want to get down to all these details, like even the Cybercab, right? Or Robocab, whatever you want to call it, the Robotaxi. How much mileage is it going to have? What are the price points on that going to be? There was really not much in regards to all those sorts of things, because you might say, well, how many miles is that going to be able to drive? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500? Is there going to be different options, the price point? Or are you going to be able to buy that for reasons outside of just like it being a robo car? So there was a lot of that just was not answered. It left a lot of details up in the air, and that definitely was something I know a lot of people did not want. They wanted a lot of details. This event produced a lot of cool, in my opinion. The cars are cool. The Lambo doors popping up like that, cool, epic, right? The Cybervan, or whatever you want to call it, the Robovan, that product's insane, right? Obviously, the robots walking around and the robots dancing around, cool, a lot of cool. But details, not a lot of details. Not a lot of details. And then timeline-wise, Elon Musk threw out a few timelines there, but not super detailed. Not the sort of timelines you're really looking for. And to be quite frank, Elon Musk did not sound super confident. That's very important. He did not sound super confident when speaking about those timelines, right? Sawyer posted that. Here's the first look at Tesla Cybercab. Yeah, he says it looks sick in person, and it looks good. I mean, that's exactly what I thought it would be. is exactly what I thought it would be. But with cooler doors, though, I will say that. I was not expecting like the Lambo type doors. I thought it would just be basic doors that would open. These look way more epic. And so, and that's the type of vehicle it looks. I think Tesla's going to be able to produce these. For my opinion, I think $12,000 to $15,000. I truly do. I think they're going to have pretty small battery packs in them. I think they'll only probably have 180 to maybe 200 miles of range, because you don't want to weigh it down with a ton of batteries either, because you want to keep costs down on these. If you load it up with batteries, right, it's more battery to haul around, but additionally it's going to push costs up big time. So I think they're going to probably have it where, I don't know, my thought is when it actually comes out, maybe it'll have 200 miles of range, which will be fine because it's going to just be doing a lot of city driving, and you can get done a lot with 200 miles of range in a city, right? Because you also have the regenerative braking always hitting. So imagine one of these going around New York City. Do you want to talk about a market you're going to see a ridiculous amount of these? New York City. And you know how many rides it could give in that amount of time if it has 200 miles of range? Or even 250? Like, it's going to be a lot of rides because there's a lot of people going, 2 miles, 1 mile, 3 miles away. So it definitely looks good. People were even more impressed in person. I think it's exactly what you want. This vehicle is the showstopper, though, because it's just ridiculous. I mean, completely ridiculous. It looks sick, though. That looks like, does it not look like something from the movie, what was it, I, Robot, or was it Minority Report? One of those sorts of movies. I mean, look at that thing. Just look at it. Epic, epic, epic. So, yeah. Now, let's start talking stock. Let's start talking about my plans with the stock and all those things now that we talked about the event. Okay, so the stock was going up very nicely as the event was going along, right? It was going up, and then it crashed. The event all of a sudden ended with the robots dancing around. Elon was like, that's about it. And straight down. So now keep in mind, Wall Street really hasn't even got their hands on this stock yet. They're going to be playing with it tomorrow. Okay. So do keep that in mind. But this isn't a good sign because this is already retail likely selling this baby off heavy. Wall Street, they're not going to like this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I told you yesterday that if Elon Musk and the team and the Tesla team could show off products and services that people are confident are going to generate meaningful revenues in the next 2 years, Tesla stock could go flying. Next thing we know, we might be 300. But everything Elon Musk showed off and talked about, nothing's really going to be happening in the next 2 years as far as anything meaningful for revenue. 5 years from now, maybe we can have that conversation. 7 years from now, I think we can have that conversation. 10 years from now, I think we can have that conversation. But in terms of the next 2 years, there's nothing Elon Musk and the team showed off that's going to be anything meaningful to revenue. This is all just long-term stuff. And we know Wall Street cares about the short term. And they also want to hear details around this. And we just did not get the level of detail Wall Street's really going to be looking for here. So definitely would be seen as a letdown from kind of their perspective. My perspective, I would have loved some more detail as well. But on the flip side, I think Elon, my opinion is Elon was just trying to keep this event really cool and not trying to weigh it down with details. I think he just wants people more talking about the cybercab, right, and what that looks like, and the Robotaxi, and the Cybervan, and the robots walking around, and the robots dancing around. I think Elon just wants it. And you got to understand, Elon uses these events additionally. It's not just about keeping people excited for the future and like these new products that are going to be coming down the road and things like that. Elon also uses these events as kind of like a big subject of conversation, because now everybody's going to be talking about Tesla over the next 24 hours, right? And honestly, for the next bit of time. And as people get this, you're going to see this everywhere on social media. It's going to be everywhere in front of you on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok over the coming days, and X, and everywhere, right? It's going to be on every social platform. People are going to be talking about this all over the place, giving their opinions, what's cool, what's not cool. Oh, this doesn't look cool. Oh, I love this. Like it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everybody's going to be sharing it around with their friends and family. Like, oh, did you see this? Like, it gets everybody talking about Tesla, and this is something that only Tesla can do this. No other car company in the world can do this. Every other car company launches a product or services or whatever, and like hardly anybody even knows about it. Tesla's the only company, and Elon Musk is the only CEO smart enough, who's really got it like that in the auto industry, who can get the whole world talking about it. The whole world's going to be talking about this and debating this over the next bit of time, right? And it's genius because it does, at the end of the day, more people are talking about Tesla. It does increase Tesla sales, right? It gets more people interested in the Model 3, the Model Y, Cybertruck, SX, all those sorts of things, right? It gets people talking about Tesla, which Elon Musk is one of the greatest of all time in terms of keeping people focused on the company. So you've got to understand there's more at play than the short term, but Wall Street's not going to like the lack of details. Wall Street's not going to like the fact that really nothing they showed off is going to even be meaningful anytime soon, basically, right? So which means Tesla's really just counting on sales of Model 3 and Model Y to drive this business still for the next several years. And that's that, right? Cybertruck can be kind of a little additional thing, but, you know, really this story just still comes down to the Model 3 and Model Y. And that's just that, right? Services is a huge opportunity for the company. The issue with services is the other auto manufacturers are so bad at selling EVs that if you're thinking like, where's that big revenue going to start pouring in for all these folks that are supposed to be using the superchargers? If these other folks could ever learn how to sell EVs, like it could start pouring in, but we're still waiting on that, right? We're still waiting on that. So in regards to my Tesla shares, obviously I've been selling shares going into the event. I think I sold, 400 shares over the past few weeks kind of going into this event. So I have 1,300 shares right now. You know, I feel kind of comfortable where I'm at there. I was thinking about selling all the way down to 1,000 shares, but now that I've seen what's coming a few years from now, right? I got more clarity today on what's coming, and what's coming is exactly what I want it to be happening here. Two-seater vehicle that I think they're going to be able to produce for probably $12,000 to $15,000 of their actual cost. I like it. I like it a lot. And so I walked away from this event being more optimistic about Tesla, although I would have loved more details on the vehicles and the app and everything like that. But yeah, as far as me, I'll probably actually just hold this 1,300 shares now. And yeah, now would I buy more of the stock? I'm good with what I have. No. I could understand if somebody, you know, if the stock dips in any meaningful way, wanting to start a position there. If they don't have a position, I could understand that. But as far as me personally, like I got 300,000 in it. I feel comfortable with that amount of money, right? So that's kind of my 2 cents there. Just before this, I got done signing some trophies for my wife to send out here. We got 2 new 7-figure members. Congrats to you guys. 7 figures, over 7 figures in your portfolio in the private group. And we have 5 private stock group members that just hit 6 figures plus in your portfolio. So congrats to you guys. I have a hunch you guys might be some Palantir shareholders because all of a sudden people are hitting 7 figures left and right, people are hitting 6 figures left and right. I'm going to guess you probably owned Palantir stock, right? If you're looking to apply to join my private stock group, my private wealth group, get access to 1000xstocks.com so you can do all your stock market research and all those sorts of things. And you can click the pinned comment down there, fill out an application, and we'll see if we can get you access to all that maybe next week. Okay. Once again, that is pinned comment down there. Much love and have a great day.